The sun beats down on your skin. Cool sweat runs down the side of your brow, which twitches in response to the cool touch. You are a farmer doing some farming near a dirt road in El Quemadito Ejido, a small rural town near Culiacán, the capital of Sinaloa, Mexico. The town nearby is so small and unnoteworthy that they only have a single picture on Google Maps. A small and quiet place free of trouble. As you go about your business, you smell a foul odor like fresh manure or rotting food. Getting closer to it, shuffling through straw and grass, you can't help but throw up. In a small pit, there lay the corpse of a young man dumped into it like a sack of flour. You don't even notice the fact that you've fallen backward and onto the ground, your fingers tapping wildly at the keypad on your phone. November 23, 2024. A young man's body is found near Culiacán, Sinaloa. An armed group had abducted him and shot 70 times. He was found blindfolded using duct tape. El Jasper, or Miguel Vivanco, was a social media lifestyle influencer and YouTuber. He would make several videos about his lifestyle and adventures, who would display dozens of fancy cars and show the fantastic and expensive adventures he would plan and go on. His lifestyle drew attention to the channel. However, there is little we know about who he truly was. We don't know his age, his place of birth, his educational background, if he has kids or anything else for that matter. The lack of direct information about his past makes it hard to truly know who he is. Jasper had a habit of being tight-lipped about this stuff, and in the end, it may have drawn unwanted attention to him. The Vivanco family sits in their beautiful home, relaxing like everything in the world is going to be okay. November 19th, 2024. However, they notice one thing. Their son Miguel hasn't come home. That's odd, but not too unusual. He would go out for a while to film a video or two, and if they were unlucky, he would go missing for a couple of days without saying a word. All of this was usual for him. However, this time it felt off. They had expected him to turn up home the day before, and the day before that, however, they were worrying. They would search for him. They looked through his social media to see where he could be, and they looked for him around the city, and even in the areas around the city. However, they could not find him. They wouldn't stop the search for 4 whole days. They would continue. The worry began to turn into loss, and they waited for him with bated breath. He wouldn't just disappear like that, or not for this long. He must have gotten lost somewhere or something. However, as loss turned into grief, they got a call from the police. November 23rd. The family was notified about the death of their beloved son. The world would crumble into pieces at that moment. They were crushed underneath. Family dinner would lose one more voice, and simple things like hello or goodbye would ring out in silence. They would not get their son back. Following the tragic loss, the police Jasper would reveal the Sinaloa Cartel kidnapped that Jasper. His mouth was shut closed, and he was forced to suffer through days of torture, all before being shot 70 times and dumped in some random ditch out the sticks. The cartel? He didn't have any ties to the cartel, right? However, things were clicking into place. Those business trips were likely a mix of YouTube work and gang business, and all the money he showed off in his videos was black money. Following this, the family could tie together their suspicions and could conclude that Jasper's death was carried out by the cartel, and that he had ties to the cartel to some extent. Jasper's luxurious lifestyle has called into question how he got all that money, and more importantly, it brings to question whether he was tied to black money. His flaunting of wealth could have been potentially upsetting rival factions or drawing the ire of those within the cartel, especially when it's ideal for gang members to stay low-key. It is believed that his murder was a message from the cartel, possibly related to internal conflicts or power struggles within the organization. His associate, Markitos Toys, was also under scrutiny for alleged cartel ties. The motive for the crime is unknown, however, I have a theory. The Mexico Office of Control of Foreign Assets, OFAC, has an illicit drug program that allows the OFAC to sanction the assets and rights of individuals suspected of taking part in the drug trade. The sanctions involve freezing assets, travel bans, and financial transactions to prevent individuals from carrying out illegal activities. In September, only a month before his disappearance in November, he had undergone sanctions under the drug program. This would freeze his income and assets so that he couldn't make videos or carry out any illegal activities. What this means exactly is unknown. However, my theory is that given the severity of the crime and the absolute brutality of the killing, he had mostly got the cartel extremely angry. Given that he had just been sanctioned, maybe he was of great use to the cartel. However, after being sanctioned, he not only stopped being useful, but because of his importance to the cartel, resulted in a huge financial loss, on top of general embarrassment to the cartel. Because of this, they likely found and killed him as payback for the financial loss he incurred. One of Jasper's most notable friends and collaborators was Markitos Toys, a YouTuber in the same field as him. Lifestyle and vlogging content often talks about and reviews cars and such. His channel is fairly popular, accruing up to 3.57 million subscribers. However, Markitos is not safe. He has ties to Néstor Isidro Pérez Salas, El Nini. He even made a song called Me Dicen El Nini, a song where he sings from the point of view of El Nini, his loyalty to Ivan Guzman, El Chapo's son, and his gratitude and loyalty for being able to play in the big leagues. The song even names specific individuals like Compa Panu and Beto Vega, and positions Nini as a central figure in the hierarchy. It is suspected that Markitos is a financial operator for Nini. His lifestyle with his ties could make it seem like he's siphoning out money from the cartel's pockets, revealing sensitive information and drawing excess attention to the cartel. That's on top of the risk that other gangs put on him. Markitos Toys risk death because his lifestyle embarrasses the cartel, draws attention to the cartel, and he has close ties to El Jasper, whose death was likely meant to be a warning to YouTubers and attention seekers like Markitos. You better stop drawing attention to yourselves or else. This and all his other behaviors closely match exactly what El Jasper was doing up till now, and if he continues like this, it could be possible that he draws the attention of the gang for all the wrong reasons. The brutal murder of El Jasper and the risks facing Markitos Toys highlight the deadly consequences of flaunting wealth tied to cartel connections. Jasper's death serves as a stark warning to influencers. Drawing attention to criminal organizations through public displays or affiliations can lead to fatal repercussions. For Markitos Toys, his lifestyle and ties place him in a dangerous position where fame may come at an unthinkable cost.